And good morning. It's now 7:04. It's Friday, August 13th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Coleman Walker, good morning. Hello, everybody. We're rehearsing before we go on the air. Now we're on the air. Well, it's a Friday morning. We're ready to talk about Wilson Bank and Trust, and I have two ladies here this morning who are going to do the commercial. First of all, we have Jill Booker, who's the Retail Operations Manager. Good morning.
Good morning.
And you used to be the one in charge over at the
Castle Heights office, but Amanda Webb's over that office now.
And I was frequented, and still do, frequent that office and would see you quite often. And now you've moved up to be the Retail Operations Manager.
Yes, sir.
Now, we also have Christy Patterson here today. And Christy, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Nice to see you. Christy is the Assistant Office Manager at the Watertown branch of Wilson Bank and Trust, right?
Yes, sir.
And things are going well there, I take it.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. So, we're going to be talking about the school banking program this morning, right?
Yes.
And is that something you sort of oversee, or?
I do not oversee it, but I'm definitely very passionate about it, and I've always had a school bank, but now with me being over the 7 Central Region offices, I definitely will be participating in it actively, so. And of course, talking about August, we were just talking about the fair, but we really want to talk about schools back in, and we are actually going to get to be back into the schools now with our school banking program.
Did that, did you have to omit that last year?
We did. We did not go into the schools at all last year. We did have our Saturday school banking, and we are going to continue on with that as well, but we are back into all of our elementary schools this year.
Mm-hmm. Well, is this something you're very passionate about, Christy?
Yes, sir. I've done it for 14 years now, and I love working with the children and just that relationship building with them so that when they do get at the age where they can open a checking account, they have a face and a name they can come to, and it's just exciting, and they see you out, and they're like, there's Miss Christy, the bank lady. They just associate us with the bank when they see us, and it's just a great relationship building program.
I don't know whose idea this was. I have an idea who might have thought this up, but and it might have been a group effort, but whatever. How much better could a bank be than to start out with the children in school and establish that relationship with them, and you've got no doubt future people going to bank with you now.
Yeah. There are future stockholders, there are future employees, and our big clientele. So we're excited to build those relationships.
And I remember when I was 7 or 8 or 10 years old, and back then, if you had a nickel, you could go. I could go across to the general store across the street to either get a Coke or some peanuts or maybe a candy bar for only a nickel. But if I had a nickel, it burned a hole in my pocket. I had to go spend it. You're teaching people to have a checking account, a savings account.
Yes.
This is savings, and save that money and see it grow, and it implants some great ideas with them as far as their future goes and their financial efforts.
Absolutely. Just developing those habits early on is what we're really trying to instill, and just that discipline of constantly saving.
And Christy, I mean, you've been right in, and Jill, you have too, but you've seen this, and you've seen how that you kind of win them over to your thinking here, right?
Yes, sir. And we even go into the schools each year and do what we call teach children to save. And we just teach them the difference between wants and needs, and just trying to get that mentality to save at an early age.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you can't spend some, but you don't spend it all.
That's right.
No, and it's neat watching them. Yeah, it's neat watching them save too when they come in. Sometimes, we'll say, so what are you saving for? And just the ideas that, pop in their little heads and stuff. It's just interesting to see what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Big ideas.
Yes.
Remember, I had a cousin. He would brag about how much he had in his savings account or things like that, and I didn't even have one. If I had it, I spent it. And well, anyway, are you doing this just about everywhere?
We are. We do have over 65 elementary schools that we're in. Of course, we service 9 counties. Christy has probably about 100 kids that come to the Watertown elementary school, and that's twice a month that they're coming. These kids are coming to make deposits. So these are big numbers. These are good, huge super savers. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, our Watertown Elementary, I know last year we didn't get to the schools, but the year before that, they actually won an award because they had the most participants. We averaged about 100 each time we were there.
And they are the happiest customers you're going to have all day long.
Yeah, lots of smiles.
Well, I'm sure you want this program to continue and to even grow, and what a way to get started with these young people.
Absolutely.
So, and you maybe have really done well, maybe better than some of the others in Watertown.
It's kind of a competition now, I think, between the branches with their schools. I mean, it's just neat to build the program and, I don't know, going into the schools. I know we went to open houses not long ago, and I think the kids and their parents were as excited to see us as we were them, just seeing how much they had grown, and just excited because we didn't have that, one-on-one like we do at school. When they come in the bank, it's kind of, there's other people waiting, so.
Well, I guess you do maybe get down a little bit on their level. You got to sort of think like they do, but to plant the seed here. But evidently, you've been doing a really good job of that.
Very
Right.
good job.
I have
yeah.
a lot of help and a lot of advertisement, and it's just fun to get to know the kids and know them by name, so that you're on a name by name basis with them.
Well, you want to sort of wrap it up for us? This is Are you doing this everywhere you have?
We are in all of our 9 counties. Like I said, there's over 65 elementary schools that we are, some already went this week, and most of them are starting next week that will be in there.
All right. If you have the opportunity, then take advantage of it, right?
That's right. You can come into any branch and open up an account. Otherwise, we do hand out signature cards at the schools as well that you can fill out.
Okay, well, it's been nice to have you both here to talk about this. And, of course, every Friday we do this for Wilson Bank and Trust. Christy Patterson, Assistant Office Manager with the Watertown branch of Wilson Bank and Trust. And, of course, Jill Booker, who is the Retail Operations Manager. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wilson Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. They're still here, still independent, still committed to you. Excellence in banking since 1987. All right, I am honored this morning to have 2 more ladies to talk to. And Lauren Lefever's flat has sat down, and you're there where you can't see the clock. That's okay. I'll watch it for you. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Coleman?
I'm doing well. It is nice to have you here. I saw you last night as the Fairs to the Fair pageant ended, and I welcome you, but I just remember you were once Fairs to the Fair.
I was. I told him last night 13 years ago. Isn't that crazy? 2008.
And the time has flown, hasn't it?
Yes, sir, it has. Sure.
All right. Well, we have this year's Fairs to the Fair with us today, and I'm going to get you to introduce her this morning.
This is Miss Reed Steplowski, and we are so honored to have her as our 2021 Fairs to the Fair.
You want to spell that last name?
Yes, I will.
Steplowski.
Okay, just spell just like it sounds.
Yes.
Steplowski.
Yes.
All right. And Reed?
Yes.
All right. Well, we welcome you this morning.
Thank
with
you.
your crown and all. We have been doing this, welcoming the Fairs to the Fair, I guess just about as long as I've been doing this program. And so this is probably 27 times. Well, we didn't have one last year. It'll be
Sure.
26. It'll be 28 years for the program in October, so we wouldn't have done one. I think this will be the 26th
That
one
is
that I have
incredible.
interviewed, and so you're in royal company, right? Well, we want to find out a little bit about you, Reed Steplowski.
Steplowski. Yes. It's a
Where
little
do you
difficult.
go to school?
I'm going to be a freshman at Cumberland University this fall. I just graduated from Wilson Central.
Wilson Central.
Yes.
All right, and at Cumberland this fall.
Yep.
How many were in the pageant, Lauren?
We had 17 in the Fairs to the Fair, and then our Miss Wilson County, we had 15.
All right. Well, congratulations, of course, and we
Thank you.
appreciate. Now, say one more thing here. In the past, most of the times this has been on Monday night, and so I always held Wednesday morning in this time slot for the Fairs to the Fair. But there's a lot of things that's going on between last night and next Wednesday morning, so this was the time to have it. And I know that you were up late last night and you're up early this morning, but thanks for coming. And the same to you, Lauren. We appreciate it.
Oh, we appreciate you fitting us in. This is a highlight for the Fairs to the Fair, so we really appreciate it.
All right. Well, that makes me feel good, too. At least you want to be here.
Yes, absolutely.
What is high school like for you? Do you have a lot of fun at Wilson Central?
The first two, or the last year, my senior year, I was on the dance team, which was so fun, except for the fact that because of COVID, our nationals got canceled. But we still got to go to Gatlinburg and Alabama to compete that year. So
well, no doubt you're looking forward to all the things that you're going to be doing. Hopefully you will be over for the great giveaway on Tuesday night at
Yes,
least.
sir.
And
Yes.
we'll give away a vehicle. And all the other things, I guess, cattle shows that you have to attend.
I get to milk a cow,
You get-
actually. I'm actually pretty excited about that.
All right, we're going to find out a little bit more about you and then other things that you're going to be doing. Appreciate you being here, and I'll reintroduce the two ladies when we come back after this break here on Coleman & Company FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:16. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank Absolute Kubota. They have a large inventory of new and used Kubota mowers, RTVs, tractors, hay equipment, and more. Come in Saturday. Free popcorn. Check out the new Kubota products. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. The police just gathered up on the scene of a wreck in Midtown at 31st and West End. Smith Springs Road at Ned Shelton. Two cars are involved at that intersection. Traffic's on the increase now. Down I-40 coming through Mount Juliet. The Wilson County Fair is in town now. That's why it's going to be extra busy this weekend over around the fairgrounds. Gatlinburg Wine Cellars, home of the world famous cotton candy wine. You can log on to GatlinburgWineCellar.com for all the details. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Hey Medina, it's time for the Wilson County and the Tennessee State Fair. Our air-conditioned Cactus Cabin will be ready for you to bring your fair food and get a moon pie. Stop by and vote for your favorite hometown hero and have a chance to win $250 cash. And your hometown hero wins $250 also. We'll see you at the fair. And remember, don't make a move without us.
Call Judy Cox or Medina Himmensholler at Exit Rocky Top Realty, 443-3130.
Mike Vrabel heads into year 4 at the helm as head coach of the Tennessee Titans with a renewed and regenerated defense and an offense that now features Tannehill, Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown, and now Julio Jones. Your 2021 Tennessee Titans play right here.
Brought to you by Bates Ford, Fakes and Hooker, and Steve Mull Plumbing.
This is Wilson County's home for real country music and the Tennessee Titans. Real Country 98.9.
Coleman & Company, it is a Friday. We're glad, looking forward to a big weekend here, of course, and the Wilson County Fair did get started last night. We had a rain shower, and I was inside. The governor was there, and the ceremony between 6 and 6:45, I think, something like that. And it, they say, poured down rain.
Yes, sir.
And I know my wife's scooter was outside, and the seat got soaking wet. One of those little. We got home, and I don't think we had a drop of rain.
My dad mentioned the same thing. He said, "How did we get poured on at the fair? And our grass is still dry."
Right.
Yes.
Lauren Lefevre Flatt is with us this morning. Now, you're pretty much you're the person in charge of the Fairs to the Fair contest and pageant, right?
I am. I like to say we have a lot of directors, though, because all of us pretty much do equal parts.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm a part of that team.
Well, and I think for the last 2 or 3 times you have accompanied the Fairs to the Fair here at 7 o'clock in the morning and that sort of thing. But Reed Steplowski is the Fairs to the Fair this year, crowned last night. And tell us just a little bit about your family, if you will, and where do you live? You live here in Wilson County, obviously.
Yes. Pretty much all of my family lives 20 minutes from each other in Mount Juliet. My grandparents live 15 minutes away, and then my aunt lives 5 minutes away from them, and then my other aunt lives like 5 minutes away from them. So we're all pretty much in our little circle, and then we all go to church together every Sunday and Wednesday.
So you're a real close family then.
Very.
You have brothers and sisters?
I have 2 brothers, and I'm the middle child.
Okay, one older, one younger.
Yes.
What have you been in the pageant before?
I did the Fairs to the Fair the last time we had it, not last year because of
2 years
COVID.
ago, okay.
And then I did the Fair Princess pageant the year before.
Do you like doing this, participating in this sort of thing?
Yes, you get to wear a beautiful dress, which is amazing, but I also think it's a great experience to get an interview for Fairs to the Fair.
What's the toughest part, or is there any part of this that's really hard for you, or that you're really anxious or nervous about?
Honestly, the part that I was most nervous about yesterday was tripping on stage. I was terrified that I was going to trip on like a sparkle on my dress.
Well, did you?
Yes, I did. I got on the end of the stage and I was like, oh no, just smile. They won't notice if you as long as you don't look like you've messed up, usually they don't notice. It's just small.
I guess poise counts a lot.
Yes.
Lauren, you know what the judges, what they look for?
Yes, sir. That's 25 of the 100 points. So, yes, sir, on our rubric.
Do you have an opportunity to either answer some questions or speak a little bit in this? I'll be honest, I've never watched one from start. Or at least maybe I did 100 years ago, but not recently.
You're generally volunteering elsewhere. That is perfectly okay.
Usually beforehand, we have our interview process, which is where we sit down with a panel of judges and we have a 4-minute interview. And then you introduce yourself on stage before you do your walk. And then after that, if you make it to the top 10, they ask you an on-stage question, but you don't know what it is. And everybody has the same question.
Right. Well, now, you've got to be a little bit concerned about what you're going to be asked and how you're going to respond. Or does that just come so natural to you, you don't worry about it?
Well, I think that the first time I did Fairs to the Fair, it was absolutely terrifying. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to say on stage. I really don't. But I think once you get one under your belt, it's much more comfortable to get on stage and just, you can't even think about it. You just kind of let yourself talk. Because like if you just start thinking, you're going to say something that doesn't make any sense.
And of course, you're competing with, in this case, 17 others. But at the same time, I think you established some good relationships, some friendships, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Before they called the top 10, we all stood in a circle and held hands and prayed before they
really?
Top 10.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, what you said you're going to Cumberland. What are you interested in now as far as your studies and where this might take you?
I am starting off with business administration because I'm honestly not quite sure what I want to do as a job yet, and that field can turn into a bunch of different classes that I can take. So I thought that was a good way to start off with those classes.
You don't really have much idea. Just do you want to do something business wise?
My dad's really good at marketing, so I was like, I guess I'm okay at it, so I'll try it.
What else have you done, say in high school, or maybe looking forward to doing in college in an extracurricular meaning?
I do a lot of musical theater. I was in Newsies at Wilson Central, and then I just did a production of Grease at Audience of One, and I played Cha-Cha.
You like that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, you might pursue something in business. Is a career on stage or something like that possible?
I would absolutely love to work up on a stage. I think being up on stage, most people, it terrifies them, but I think it's like almost like therapy being up in front of people. I like it. I like being up on stage a lot. I've done it since I was little. From like 6 years old, I was cheering on stage. So
yeah, okay. Well, there's a lot of things I guess we could talk about here this morning, but one of the things I'm going to ask you here is about, do you pretty much know what your schedule, where you're supposed to be each day, what you're going to be doing? I guess Lauren's got some of this laid out for you already. What will you be doing at the fair this afternoon tonight?
Tonight there is a special needs pageant that I get to help out with that I'm really excited about.
How is that now?
Yes, so there's we have a pageant called Celebrating Beauty, and so anyone that has special needs can come and participate in it. And so our Fairest of the Fair and our Miss Wilson County Fair will come and help crown those ladies. It's a pageant that Katie Dillon heads up for us.
Okay,
So
all
it
right.
is a wonderful opportunity.
Yeah, I think I've heard about this. So you're really looking forward to that, no
Yes.
doubt. You say you're going to have to milk a cow?
Yes, I do have to milk a cow.
Have you ever you've been around cows even?
Well, last night I was at the birthing barn. I was like, man, I didn't realize how big cows are. Like, they're big.
And you're going to be underweight.
Yeah, I didn't realize that they're like this tall.
Lauren, did you have to milk a cow?
I sure did.
Yeah, but
that was
you-
one of the traditions that was just something to look forward to.
Well, you hadn't either at the time?
Oh, I had.
Well, no.
Yes, sir.
Experience counts.
Yes, sir.
And you,
And Mr. Major's still there to give everybody pointers. It's always helpful.
well, Reed, you'll know how you'll turn out there, but I don't think milking a cow is in your future, but you'll learn a little bit this time.
Yes.
What else are you looking forward to?
I'm really looking forward to meeting a lot of new people. I love meeting new people, and I'm excited to do that.
Yeah. Well, we'll have the great giveaway. Give away a car or one of those tractor implements or whatever we've got this year on Tuesday night. So I know you'll be over for that. That's almost a given. And there's some other things that take place that night too. Some other people are recognized and this sort of thing. So we'll look forward to that and welcome you any other night if you've got nothing better to do. But it seems like with all that's going on at the fair, the Fairest of the Fair has quite a busy schedule, doesn't it?
She does. But we're excited. We've got the dedication of the birthing barn that is going to be the Agricultural Learning Center. We've got that this week, and then the Farmers Appreciation Breakfast.
Oh, yeah, that's Monday morning, and I understand, let's see, we've got one of our, Senator Haggerty, and he's supposed to be there as the guest speaker. I believe that's right.
Okay.
And I think Jimmy Comer and Congressman Rose are sponsoring this. So
Wonderful.
that's a big thing for the FFA. And 8 o'clock, I believe it is, Monday morning.
Yes, sir.
It's so big that County Mayor Randall Hutto is not going to be here on my program because he's going to be out there. I've already found that out. But anyway, we're talking Fairest of the Fair, and Reed Steplowski is our Fairest of the Fair. Went to Wilson Central, going to be at Cumberland. Now, have you what have you done at Cumberland so far? Just got registered, or when school starts?
School doesn't start until August 23rd, and then I have to go to freshman orientation the 21st through, or the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd.
Well, I take it high school was nice for you, and you enjoyed that. We've talked about that a little bit. What are you anticipating in college? College is a little bit different, and I'm sure you know that. But making friends and doing well, no doubt.
Yes, and I got to create my own schedule, so I only go to school 8 o'clock in the morning to 12:15, so then I can go and work and actually have time to make money after school rather than spending 7.5 hours a day there.
Yeah. Well, what kind of work you going to do?
I work at Juice Bar
Oh.
in Mount Juliet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do there?
We make smoothies and bowls and juices and like healthy cleansing stuff. It's really good.
Okay.
Yes.
You like to work?
Yes. I love my job there. Yes.
I'm not sure we mentioned the name of your parents. Tell us who your parents and your brothers. I think they'd like to call their name here this morning.
My parents are Mike and Tricia Steplowski, and then my brother's names are John and Zane Steplowski.
All right. Either one of them still at home or both?
My younger brother goes to MJCA, and he's in 8th grade, and then my older brother goes to MTSU.
All right. Now, we've talked about everything but a boyfriend. Do you have a boyfriend you want to talk about?
Yes. His name is Tristan Lewis, and he is also going to Cumberland this fall.
Oh, okay. Well, I know you're looking forward to all the activities. Last night was just the starting, and you've got tonight, tomorrow night, and all next week through Saturday night to do all the things that the Fairest of the Fair does. And Lauren, we've got about a minute and a half left this morning. You look like you just chomping at the bit to say something.
Oh, I'm just excited to be here, Coleman. We were so excited to have 17 girls last night. And honestly, this was the first time, again, like you mentioned earlier, that we had the pageant on Thursday night. It's the first time the Wilson County Fair has opened on a Thursday night. And it was very exciting to know that our Miss Amber Agee crowned her, and she's going on to school. And so now Miss Reed has the entire week to get to know the Fair family, to get to be a part of all the activities. It was a new idea for us, and so far it has worked out very well.
And then, of course, after this, looking forward to coming back for the pageant next year and perhaps crowning the next fairs to the fair in 2022, right?
Yes.
Well, thank you for being with us this morning. We wish you well. It's been nice to talk to you, and I hope you have enjoyed this. And Lauren, thank you so much for all you do and for taking care of all this, and we appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
All right, that is part one of Coleman Company. We hope you'll keep here for more. FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:29. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford. And they've got the low price tire guarantee on all tires every day up to 30 days after the sale. There'll be any competitor's pricing on the tires they sell. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. The police just gathered up on the scene of a wreck in Midtown at 31st and West End. Smith Springs Road at Ned Shelton. 2 cars are involved at that intersection. Traffic's on the increase now. Down I-40 coming through Mount Juliet. The Wilson County Fair is in town now. That's why it's going to be extra busy this weekend over around the fairgrounds. Gatlinburg Wine Cellars, home of the world famous cotton candy wine. You can log on to GatlinburgWineCellar.com for all the details. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
West Tree Service, locally owned and operated in Lebanon, Tennessee. With over 25 years experience, our primary goal is to provide high-quality professional service with attention to detail. At West Tree Service, we use better equipment to be more efficient, which equals reasonable prices for our customers. We offer free estimates with no obligation. We are licensed and fully insured. West Tree Service, honest service that's professional, courteous, and on time. For more information, visit westtreecare.com or call 615-456-2011.
The Pavilion Senior Living residents are inviting you to become their new neighbor. If you're looking for a sign to move, call us at 444-5556 to learn more about the details, or go to thepavilionseniorliving.com for more information. Or better yet, just drop by 1408 Medical Center Drive, right behind Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, and see for yourself. You should move here.
A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction has been a part of Wilson County since 1977. No matter if you are thinking of buying or selling a home, we can help you with the process. Buyer opportunities are better than ever. Call us at A.G. & Johnson to find out more. 615-444-0909. Real estate is key to building long-term wealth. Let us help you with all your real estate transactions. Call A.G. & Johnson Real Estate and Auction at 615-444-0909 or visit us online, agandjohnson.com.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on a compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medora Parkway across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
Scattered showers and storms are in the forecast today. A few storms could be on the strong side. Temperatures today will top out in the low 90s. More rain is in the forecast on Saturday with highs climbing into the low 90s. For Sunday, scattered showers are in the forecast once again. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auction. Let's look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist T.J. Scott.
Coleman and Company, part 2 here on a Friday morning. We welcome you to our program, and we welcome 2 members of the C&D team of Exit Rocky Top Realty. Guess who they are? Miss Judy and Medina, they are here. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Oh, boy, that went out pretty loud.
Yeah,
both of you together. Well, last night was opening of the Wilson County Fair. How'd it go over at the cabin?
It was wonderful. There were people going. Now, the little spot of rain we had, or the big spot of rain we had, for a few minutes, everybody crowded in, to get out of the rain. But it was good and steady last night. A good steady crowd for a
And it
Thursday
cooled
night.
off after it rained. So that was the good
it really
thing.
cooled off a lot. So
Well, it was a big night, of course, with the governor coming and making a
That's
speech
right.
and the ribbon cutting for the fair becoming officially the
That's right.
Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair.
That's
and
right. And I think with the way they've got more things spread out this year, even though there's crowds, people go, oh, it's going to be crowded. It doesn't feel as crowded because they've spread a lot of things out. So you got plenty of walking room.
Well, I got to mention the parade. I was
that was fun.
I was honored to be in the parade, and I got to ride in your convertible. And you were driving, and Helen was sitting up by you on your right, and I got to sit in the back and wave at everybody.
If I could keep you waving. That was the problem. You didn't want to wave at people. I said, Coleman, everybody knows Coleman Walker's name, but sometimes they don't know your face because they don't see you since you're on the radio. So I'm like, okay, Coleman Walker, our own Hall of Famer. So I was honored to drive you. I was really good to escort you.
Well,
around the
I
fairgrounds.
thought we had a great fair, and the
was.
most the vehicle that I remember the most is one Paul Stum was driving.
Yes.
I don't know what you call that. We're taking up your commercial
Oh,
time.
no, it's fine. It's all about the fair this week.
Right.
As I always said, all week we told everybody, we're in the fair mode, so we got to work around everything. So, but we'll be at work all day today, and then we'll be out there this afternoon. And for the
Well,
next
and you got an
9
extra day and night for the fair this year, so it's going to take an even bigger toll on you.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Don't put a lot into the fair. You still work and you still go and stay there till 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, sometimes 11.
Yeah.
But we always count Saturday. Both Saturdays is 2 days because Saturday during the day is 1 day and Saturday night's another day. So we count those 2 Saturdays as 4 days because that's what it feels like when you're out there.
Well,
all day.
one of the things I think people appreciate about they appreciate your cabin and it's air conditioned. You go there and can eat your food and all. That's great. But it's not really a commercial thing. It's
Right.
You don't unless somebody wants to talk real estate with you. It's not even brought
That's
up.
right.
No.
We just want people to come, cool off, sit down on the porch and rock. We'll give them a moon pie and just bring their fair food in. We had countless people last night. We had a lot of people from out of state last night.
Yeah, we did.
There was a family there from Alabama that she's on the Alabama board of her fairs. And they thought it was a restaurant and, sitting there. And I said, no, you got to bring your food in. I'm not cooking. So, because we had somebody last year said, excuse me, ma'am, I've been here 20 minutes and nobody's took my order. And I'm like, excuse me, there is no order in here. So I said, you got to go get your own food, bring it in here, sit down, enjoy the air, and sit down, and we'll give you a moon pie. So.
I had not heard that story. That's hilarious.
Yeah, they were just sitting there, and he punched me, and he said, excuse me, nobody's waited on me yet. Can you get me a waiter? And I'm like, excuse me, no, you got to go out there and get your own food. But it works out good, and we're giving away the Boys and Girls Bike, and then you can come in and register for $250 cash if we draw your name at the end of the fair, and you vote for your famous hero, whether it's military, policeman, healthcare. We've got the forms there. You just mark which one that you're voting for. And then at the end of the fair, what group gets the most votes on that, we're going to give them $250 cash also.
Yeah, that's great.
And you register for the Boy and Girls Bike. But it's a good fair, and we're excited. We're excited to be there, and we'll be out there every night. So just come by and say hello. And if you don't want to eat, just come on in. We'll give you a free moon pie.
Well, I hope Mike is happy about all this, too.
Oh, yes. He enjoyed riding Dolly around last night. He got to escort Dolly. So he was in high heaven, to say the least.
Well, to give credit where it's due as well, Mike has been one who has used that cart that he has to help people find their
That's
car.
right.
Elderly people, maybe if they're
That's right.
need help finding it at night, or just have a long way to go. He's transported them.
That's
and to
right.
his credit,
And he
he's
loves
helped
to
a lot
do
of
it.
people.
He likes to be a taxi cab. He loves that. So I'll let my dad talk and say that.
All right.
Yeah, I get a second, so I'll talk. But I was also in the fair, and I got to drive around the Tennessee State Fair, Fairest of the Fair, last night. So her name was Lori, and she did a really good, no, Chloe was her name, and she did a really good job waving. I didn't have to coax her. She just automatically did it. So that was a lot of fun, but it was a really good time. But anyway, to get back to business, we do have a house that's listed in Leilani Hills down 70 West, and it is a 3-bedroom and 2.5 bath, and it's on 2.69 acres. It's on a corner lot in Leilani, and it is completely ready to move in. Has a large deck on the back, mature trees in the backyard, and it's listed at $479,900. Right. So anybody interested in being in that area with looking for a new home with 2.69 acres, give us a call. We'd be glad to show it to you.
Okay, well, I guess that about does it here. Y'all going to be at the fair next Friday. You're going to be a lot tireder than you are today, but we'll make
it drains as you go along.
Yeah.
So, Medina, you can have the last word.
Remember, don't make a move without us.
All right. Have a good week. See you next Friday. That is Miss Judy Cox and Medina Hemmentaler, C&D team of Exit Rocky Top Realty, West Main Street. Great people, great service, people you can trust. We're about 20 and a half before the hour. Now, I have invited Coach Chuck Gentry of the Lebanon High Blue Devils to come and be my guest this morning. Coach, good morning to you. It is, yeah, good to see you. I hope you enjoyed the conversation here with them. And where were you last night, by the way?
I don't hear any.
I tell you what, if you don't mind, move over here. They're telling me you're not coming through, so we better let me get you to tell us again. You weren't at the fair last night. You had some other things.
Yes, we had practice getting ready for the jamboree, and then after practice, of course, I had several things that I had to tidy up and tie up some loose ends, and then went home. And as I got up this morning, my little ones were talking about the fair, wanting to go. So the fair's all around in Wilson County for sure.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk Lebanon High football this morning. Coach Chuck Gentry. Is this your third or fourth, fifth? No, it can't be.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Last year was different, of course, but this year, I think things are pretty much back to normal with what you do in all of this. Although we sort of had a scare here in the last 2 or 3 weeks regarding COVID, and I hate to even have to mention this, but I guess you are a little bit concerned about that yourself.
Yes, sir. We like you said, when we returned this summer, it was pretty much back to normal. And as we have gone, we've started back to school and have started taking temperatures again and started being more, aware of where we're at, who we're around, how many people are in a group, how long we're there. And we've actually had some contact tracing and stuff on the football team already. So we're kind of divided into 3 groups now as freshmen, JV, and varsity, and trying to navigate the waters as we did last year.
All right. You have a jamboree tonight?
Yes, sir. We play at Station Camp at 6:30.
That's over in
Sumner County. And the freshmen will play 2 quarters of 15-minute running clocks. JV will play 2 quarters of 15-minute running clocks. Then the varsity will play 2 12-minute quarters, just like a football game.
Well, that's going to take a little while.
It'll probably, we're expecting, 40 minutes a game. So, 6:30, 7:10, 7:50, and probably be out of there by about 8:45.
Well, one person can't do it by himself. No doubt you have some good assistants. You mentioned freshman, JV, and varsity. Tell us some of the leading coaches anyway you have with you.
Well, Sean Fry is our defensive coordinator and strength and conditioning coach. Josh Williams is our special teams coach and defensive line coach. I'll just keep going on the defensive side of the ball first. Alec Pratt is our linebacker coach. Arthur Maxwell is our head freshman coach and assistant defensive line coach. Then we have Zach Carter and Cameron Howard coaching in the secondary. On the offensive side, Dusty Brady is the offensive coordinator. We have Sam Freeman coaching our sniffers and tight ends. Justin Angel coaching the offensive line with Tyler Easterly and Doug Raines helping them. Coach Errol Harrigan is the running backs coach, and Coach Ryan White is the wide receivers coach, and Coach Jeff Clemens helps him. So we've got a few.
Yes, you do. But approximately how many young men do you have out for football, including freshmen?
We've got about 95 on the varsity team right now, and about 50 freshmen.
Wow, that's
about 145, and then we have 4 managers.
Do you you have enough equipment for everybody?
We do. A couple years ago we didn't, but we have the community's been good to us, and we've fundraised, and the football foundation's been good to us and helped us, and we have enough equipment, and we've got some hanging on the walls, and are actually helping some of our junior high because of COVID and the effects of it. You can't get a helmet right now. You can get one, but it'll take you about 3 months.
Wow.
And it's hard, but luckily we've been prepared for it.
Well, is this a good number? Does this compare favorably with other schools your size?
Yes.
To have that many out?
Yes, sir. It's harder and harder to get young men wanting to stay and play football and be dedicated with everything that goes on and goes into it now. So we're very proud of our numbers, and we try to keep them all interested and engaged, and try to coach them as hard as we can, from the superstars to the guys that may just be the scout team players. But it's part of football, and we love it, and I like the fact that it's something I don't have to cut anybody. If you want to be a part and you do what's right and show up, then you can be on the football team.
All right, you got the it's like a scrimmage. It's jamboree
Yes,
tonight
sir.
over at help me out.
Station Camp.
Yeah, Station Camp, Sumner County. Now, then when's your first game?
Our first game is August the 20th at home, and that's versus Antioch. That's next Friday at 7 o'clock, and we are having at 4:45. We're having a tailgate party outside the. Actually, across from the tennis court, outside the field house, and Jeff Gannon, State Farm, is sponsoring that tailgate party, and we're having a smoker. And we're going to do fried bologna, hamburgers, hot dogs, and all that stuff with the food has been donated. And then he has T-shirts. But what I want to get to is we're inviting all Lebanon football alumni back to come and see the new indoor called the Med after Mark Medley, to tour that and get a free T-shirt. And on that T-shirt is the throwback helmet that that they wore for the first time in 1972. And so during the game, our helmets, the logos, the decals on them are going to be that logo. Oh. And so we're having it a 70s throwback night, just helmet only. And there's been a lot of talk since I've been here about, well, this was my helmet, and with the help of Tommy Bryan and his brother John had his helmet. We sent that off to Riddell and got a replica sticker made, and it looks nice, and we're looking forward to it, and hopefully we can get some of the alumni back and let them remember some of the glory days and meet some of their former teammates and just have a little fun.
All right. We need to take a break right here. Lebanon High Coach Chuck Gentry is with us. We've got more to talk about, which we'll do after this break on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And at 7:47, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Absolute Kubota. They have a large inventory of new and used Kubota mowers, RTVs, tractors, hay equipment, and more. Come in Saturday. Free popcorn. Check out the new Kubota products, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. We're still looking at this crash up against the wall out here on the west side of town. It's 40 eastbound and Highway 70. It's got traffic a little bit slow in this area. Keep that in mind as you come in from Kingston Springs, in from Dixon County, Hickman County. Also a wreck, 40 eastbound just past Fessler is getting some attention. Several cars are involved there. 24 westbound just before you get up to Briley Parkway. It's already heavy now on 24 westbound coming past Harding Place. Hey, Gatlinburg Wine Cellars, home of the world-famous cotton candy wine. Check them out online at GatlinburgWineCellars.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
In times of crisis, and especially when you're isolated, it helps to know someone has your best interest at heart. At Wilson Bank and Trust, standing strong for others has always been one of our most important roles, and we're still here for you now. Through these days of disruption and distancing, you can count on us to keep you connected with your financial services. and will continue to provide financial relief for households and businesses. Thanks for supporting our ongoing commitment to service. Working together, we'll weather this storm too. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey Lebanon, what's for dinner? If you find yourself asking or answering this question often, you're in luck because I have the answer for you. The Edge Food and Drink at Lebanon Country Club is now open. The newly remodeled restaurant is open to the public Tuesday through Sunday and is the newest gathering place for lunch, dinner, or watching your favorite teams. Follow The Edge Lebanon on Facebook and Instagram to see weekly food and drink specials and live music lineups. Check them out online at theedgelebanon.com. See y'all there.
And again, good morning. We continue here on this Friday morning, and I thank Coach Chuck Gentry, Lebanon High Blue Devils, for showing up here. You were talking about the glory days, and as I have thought back, just thinking about you coming here this morning, I guess it's this way maybe with all schools and football programs, although sometimes seems like their glory days last for years. I know over in Gallatin years ago, they had a team. It seemed like they were on top for years over there. We've had some great times. We've had some peaks and valleys, but you've, I think, done your best to bring football back to another level here, and now you've got 4 seasons under your belt. How's it look this year? What are you anticipating?
Well, the start of every year is exciting because everybody's 0-0, and with the reclassification by the TSSAA, we got put in a Region 4 6A with Cookeville High School, Shelbyville High School, Coffee County High School, and Warren County High School. There's 5 of us, and then with 6 games to play left, we got to schedule Wilson Central and Mount Juliet and Gallatin, our normal rivals, and then we added Lincoln County, Antioch, and Siegel to that. Mm-hmm. And so, I hate to say this on the radio, but expectations are high. We made a conscious effort last year because of COVID and not having spring practice and not lifting weights and everything to, if we could, to play younger players. And so we've got several starters back and returning, and if we can stay healthy, we expect to have a good year.
I noticed some of those Rutherford County teams are not on your schedule.
Well, we are scheduled to play them in the playoffs, and so we play Siegel, and then we're matched up with that region in the playoffs with Oakland, Riverdale, Blackman, Stewart's Creek, who we played last year, and Rockville. So,
well, have you? I would think you pretty much know who your starters are, or maybe after tonight's jamboree, you'll be in better shape to determine that. But talk about that, if you will. You've got so many out here competing, a lot to choose from. But as things fall into place, you pretty know who's going to be starting.
Well, since we got to have spring practice and an off season, and we've been to 7-on-7s at Cookeville for 2 days, Riverdale 1 day, Ravenwood another day. We've had 3 scrimmages, and we have pretty much got that ironed out about the rotation. Now, who's the starter can change day to day, but there's kind of a rotation of players that we play at different places. If this one gets hurt, this one goes here, and this one goes here. But the pecking order's probably set, and tonight's just a chance to get under the lights, get the good unis on, and see how the players fare without us in the huddle and on the field with them, and kind of a dress rehearsal.
Right. Starting mean an awful lot, or you've got to. I know some of the SEC teams in college, they're so deep that maybe their second or third. If you're on the second or third team, you're still almost as good as the starter. Are you there yet?
I'm not there yet, and I long for that day. But starting is important. But high schoolers don't see it the way that I see it. We have 3 phases to the game of offense, defense, and special teams, and we've got some kids that are maybe better suited to play offense, but they want to start on defense. And if they're not starting on defense, then it's not good enough. Or I start on defense and I want to start on offense. Or they start on every special team, but they don't feel like they're a starter because they don't start on offense and defense. And to me, there's 11 on offense and 11 on defense. And on offense, we have several personnel packages. So you may be a starter on this package and not on that package. It just depends on what we start the game with or the series with or whatever. But, we feel like that there's a lot of opportunity out there, and hopefully that those that play special teams consider their self a starter, because we do, because that's an important part of the game, and you can win or lose a game real quick on special teams.
Well, let's go a little bit. Describe your offense and your defense. What is their name? I mean, football has changed, evolved so much over the years. I mean, back when I was in high school, you ran the T formation, and nobody. I mean, you didn't even have a flanker back then. You might have had one, but that's not the terminology wasn't there.
Right.
It has evolved so much over the years. But give us a sort of a synopsis of your offense and the defense that you.
Well, we are what I like to call a power spread offense. We will be in the shotgun most of the time. We got our quarterback Jalen Abston back, and he is has a lot of potential. He's already got 3 offers going into his junior year from OVC type schools, and we look for him to be a big asset to our team. And with his talents, we're able to spread it out more with his ability to throw and run. And so we'll go from having a tight end and what they now call a sniffer back, which is the old fullback, but he's not right behind the quarterback. We'll have a tight end and a sniffer and a tailback to being empty and having no running backs with Jalen back there by himself. And what, they say when you throw the ball, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. So, I like to run the football.
Let me see. One would be an incomplete pass and an interception.
Interception. Okay. And so, but we're going to try to take what they give us, and we run the new fad in football is RPO, run pass option. So we may run it, we may throw it. The reading part where the running back may run it or the quarterback may run it, kind of a little option football. And then our passing game is built out of the air raid system. So, it's kind of a mixture of everything that's influenced me over 23 years, and that's not even counting the years that I played. So, right. And then defensively, we're a 3-3 stack team or a 3-4 team, however you want to say it, a kind of a hybrid, and the days of playing one defense is over because offense has got so good. So you have to have a change up. So if you can't sit in the 3-3 stack, so we'll be in what some people call a old school 50 or a tight front, or we may be in a 4-2-5 looking front. But we're multiple on defense we try to keep the back end tied to the front end and keep it as simple as we can, but be as complex enough so that the coaches may know, but those 16 and 17-year-olds on the other side might have a little trouble with it, hopefully.
Right. Do you have any or many that play both offense and defense?
Well, we have some that play offense and defense, but right now, early in the season and having so many numbers, we have kind of got guys that play offense and guys that play defense, and we have 2 or 3 that really can go both ways, but we try to, with those numbers, especially on the defensive and offensive front, those guys only play one way. And then at linebacker, we've kind of morphed that into playing one way. So we'll have, if we wanted to, we could have 22 different starters. There may be 20 different, next Friday night, but there's a lot to say about you can go play, come over and rest and drink a little water and get coached a little bit and then go back. So it helps early in the early part.
How long you been? The TSSAA determines when you practice, and they're pretty strict about all this. But and then of course you don't start out in pads and all that. What I'm getting at, I wondered how you doing injury wise.
We are. Let me knock on wood. We've got 1 or 2 that's banged up. But besides that, we're pretty healthy. We've got 1 with a thumb and 1 with a shoulder that we're nursing daily, but besides that, we're pretty healthy, and that will be a key to our season if we can stay that way.
Yeah. Well, football's a rough game. It's supposed to be, and only the strong survive sometimes. But there's a lot more attention paid to injuries than there were once upon a time. It wasn't all that unusual to have a concussion and go back in a game years ago. You're very strict about that now.
Yes, TSSAA has policies that we have to follow, and we practiced outside on Monday, and we haven't been back outside. We've been inside all week. We've had to send the freshmen home twice, and the JV home once, based off we're trying to get enough place to practice and socially distance and spread out, and then that's tough to deal with. But and then concussions, you want to. The kids' safety is the most important thing, and the technology and the medicine has come a long way. And the old days of saying you just got your bell rung, get back in there is a no. But again, I completely understand it and have the best interests of our kids at heart all the time.
Coach, can't believe it. Just got a minute left here. Kind of to wrap it up, you got a jamboree tonight over at Station Camp, Sumner County, and all three, your freshmen, junior varsity, and the regular team are all going to be playing. Then your opening game next Friday night here against Antioch,
7 o'clock. Tailgate party at 4:45. Band and cheerleaders will be down at 6:15. So come out and see the indoor. Come out and have you a little food, get you a T-shirt, and see the band and the cheerleaders perform there, and then come on in watch the game at 7 o'clock.
And especially for the old timers, though,
the alumni, any Lebanon High School football alumni, if you ever put on the blue and white or some blue, white, and red, come back and see us. You're always welcome at Lebanon High School.
Well, I thank you for taking time to be with us this morning. I think we've covered a lot of territory here, and we appreciate you taking time to be with us. Wish you well. And, of course, Tommy Bryan will have the games every Friday night here. I guess all of them are Friday night here on the radio.
Sir.
And thank you so much, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
That is it for Friday. Have a nice weekend, and until Monday, I wish you a fantastic day.